Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's 450 production update video. This week, our third production prototype is here. It's rolling. It's all but complete. There are a couple of items missing so far. We have the number plate that hasn't been painted yet, and Kelly has not yet gotten to the logo, which I mentioned in the last update. The silver is here, but she hasn't done the outline, put on the medallions. So those are two items. I think other than that, the bike is pretty much ready to go. This is, as I mentioned in the last update, one of my favorite color combinations, and seeing this in person just really, I haven't changed my mind, let's just say. The silver, it just like highlights, especially the silver logo, highlights all the aluminum, the stainless steel, and so you just get this really neat contrast with the black and the dark gray, the charcoal, and then the silver popping out against it. So it really looks good. I think this is going to be a real winner when it comes to the color combination. So yeah, some things on this bike that you may not have seen yet. We have most of the bike you've seen how it sits. We have the new silver logo badge, the silver feather emblem. We have let's see, the brushed exhaust system. Previously these are polished, so this is a brushed exhaust. So yeah, over here we have PP1, so that would be our second production prototype. And you've probably seen this one before, but this is the olive drab with gold for the logo panel. And that's a really good look, especially with this red pinstripe. But on this third prototype, we decided to go with silver. And we're actually talking now about doing a copper for our next prototype, the last prototype we do. So that would be really a neat combo as well. So a couple of other items on this prototype that you have probably not seen yet are, we've been exploring some other versions of foot pegs. These are a foot peg made by Biltwell, which they've also made our grips for many years now. It's a really high quality unit. It looks a little different than the current 250 foot peg, but it's a folding foot peg with all the functionality, and it has more of actually kind of a traditional look. So we're kind of excited about this. We're going to see how that wears in as we continue to test this. Another item that we've all been really excited about, but we haven't actually had in-house yet, is the oil tank dipstick. So on the oil tank, we've experimented with a lot of different ways of doing this. Actually, on this prototype, we hooked up a rubber hose connected from the bottom to the top. Now that's not going to be possible on EPA bikes because of the emissions, permeation emissions, but it helped us to set exactly where the level we wanted it to be, and to know that it was at that level and kind of watch as things are being tested. So we're going to continue to monitor that. Earlier on, decided to use a dipstick to be able, for the owner to be able to check the oil level. But it's taken us a while to actually get one of the prototypes back, but this is how it works. Basically, you pull out the oil cap just like you would with normal dipstick, and you have, let me grab a rag here, you have a piece of black Delrin, which forms to the shape of the curved oil tank. And this actually just threads right into the oil cap. So it's replaceable if anything were to happen. And the next step is that we're going to be marking exactly where the oil level is, and then this is actually a machined piece. We'll have ridges machined in for high and low oil level. So it'll be a really easy way to check your oil and know when you need to have either top up or know when the oil tank is full. So that's a really cool update that we've just gotten in. And if you haven't seen it before, the oil cap also on the cap it calls out what kind of oil you're going to need. This is actually a slightly older prototype, but the new ones will have Janus motorcycles and then the oil grade written or engraved right on the cap. So we are really looking forward to wrapping up the last details on this bike and starting to put test miles on our third production prototype. Another recent event in the shop is that our second prototype just made a trip out to North Carolina and to a current 250 owner, and he's been writing some of our blog posts you may have seen, and just kind of offering his perspective as a Janus owner of the Halcyon model in particular, both 250 and now the 450. So Woody, who some of you may know, who does a lot of our delivery runs and service work, made a trip out there with a 450, and they both got to ride a lot in the beautiful North Carolina mountains and write a review of the 450. So that will be coming out shortly. Great kind of perspective on how the 450 handles, and more importantly, to some of you all, how it compares to the 250. So keep your eyes peeled for that coming out soon. Well, thanks so much everyone for watching, and please stay tuned for next week's update video.